Prey, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, the latest entry in the Predator franchise, is out on Hulu. Apparently, it hasn't been released theatrically for two main reasons. First of all, Disney inherited the film from the Fox merger, and due to some contractual crap, they would have to share profits or something if it was released theatrically, so putting it out on a streaming service is a way to sort of go around that. And secondly, the executives didn't exactly have much faith in the franchise after the disastrous, the utterly terrible Shane Black film from 2018. And so, rightly, a lot of people, including myself, were scared that this one wouldn't be very good either. But let me reassure you, Prey is awesome, and I think in terms of quality, it's pretty much right up there with the original Predator film, the very first one. The story this time around takes place in the early 18th century. Naru, played by Amber Midthunder, is a member of the Comanche tribe. Because she's a woman, she's mostly relegated to things like, to duties like gathering herbs and treating wounds, but she's much more interested in becoming a hunter. One day her older brother's hunting party goes out to track a mountain lion that's been attacking the tribe. And she sort of sneaks out with them. They reluctantly agree to keep her. And very quickly she's the first to realize that the mountain lion is not the only dangerous thing that's stalking them in the forest. And as it turns out, the true danger comes from the predator, the alien being coming to Earth to hunt. So I think the reason why the film worked so well for me is that it manages to marry two seemingly opposite things. On the one hand, it is very good at replicating what made the first film so great. Simple, streamlined story, good visuals, a protagonist that is constantly on the back foot and has to use their ingenuity and creativity to stand a chance of survival, and an antagonist, the monster predator, who is utterly dangerous and terrifying. On the other hand, though, it is different enough to feel fresh, and the difference comes from the wildly different setting and time of action, but also the character of the protagonist. If you remember the original Predator, I mean, Arnold and all of his buddies were just the quintessential 1980s machos, and Naru is a girl who is way in over her head. She absolutely isn't a great hunter. She makes mistakes and misjudgments, and she has to sort of learn from them and use her weaknesses kind of against the predator. The acting is great, particularly from Midthunder and Dakota Beavers, who plays her brother, and it's actually his first film credit ever, which was surprising because he has an amazing screen presence. The visuals are great, so are the story mechanics, where a lot of the stuff introduced in the first act comes back later in significant ways. There are some callbacks to the original Predator, some fan service, but it's fan service done absolutely right. And the film is just very gripping, engaging, and plain fun throughout, as movies of this type should be. If you've got Hulu, be sure to check this one out. It's pretty damn amazing.